So y'all, as for now, this is my current setup right now. Everything on here is bone stock, and I just got the air raid core intake that I had on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Happy Tuesday, and it's another good day today. That's why I'm outside and not sitting in a vehicle. So this video pretty much going to be about future mods within the next couple months or a couple weeks. Some of the mods that are coming for this truck. I want to do an overall, like a little walk around, showing you guys some of the things that I have coming up within the next couple months or a couple weeks. Right now, my parts pile at home is starting to add up a little bit more. So I got some stuff that came in a couple of days ago. But the biggest thing is, I know for a fact what a lot of people probably gonna want to see is what I really have planned for under the hood. Like I mentioned before, this truck has about 100 and plus miles on there. So, you know, it has a 5.7 Hemi in there. So it's not something that I'm gonna have in there for pretty much a couple years and stuff. So it's gonna be something completely different. So I want to give you guys a rundown on this truck and pretty much what I have planned coming up. But if you're here for your first time on the channel, definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. If you're a fan of Mopar, these Ram 2014 4th generation, go ahead, hit that subscribe, and definitely like the video. I would definitely appreciate it. So I want to start with the front end of this truck. Pretty much I gotta flip my camera, so because my hand right now is holding up my camera. So I want to give you guys like a better angle. I'm gonna pop the hood, talk about the front, and then we're gonna go on the back side. I'm gonna show you guys what I have planned. So y'all, as for now, this is my current setup right now. Everything on here is bone stock, and I just got the air raid core intake that I had on here for about a couple months now. So this truck, this is currently, this motor has about at least, I think, somewhere around like 140. I say 140 or something like that, somewhere around there. So my mileage is like almost at 150. I have been driving a lot with this truck, so it is my daily driver. I'm not complaining about it. Definitely recommend it. But so, well, quick little thing. I remember cleaning the underneath of this hood, and I think I cleaned it about a couple months ago. But this is to show how much dirt pile up on here. I don't know if you guys can see. Well, it's a lot of dirt on there. But so the next upcoming mods that I have planned for this truck is, number one, we starting to get into you know, a little bit of a nice, you know, summertime is starting to come up. So the first thing I want to tackle on this truck right now, this is an easy mod. I want to easily, I could replace that. But the best way to go about it is save yourself some money, because I guess this is like a Ram thing where those always go like get rusted up, but you can take them off easy, spray paint them black, and your problem be fixed pretty much. So that's gonna, I guess I could say that's gonna be the first thing to do. But the first thing I really want to do on this truck is, if you guys look right now, there's zero space, and the reason why is because of this huge fin that we have. It's like the protector that's in here, and then the fin itself, which is kind of one of the biggest thing to really eliminate and make it more space in here before I can go ahead and jump to the next big thing. So I want to do an upgraded, I think it's a V6 fin. It's a little bit windy outside, so you guys might not hear me too good, but it's a V6 fin. I believe that pretty much every guys who own these 4th generation Dodge Ram tend to, you know, upgrade to that. That pretty much gonna give you so much more space to where I'm telling you guys gonna be able to see pretty much the whole setup right here. Like I'm gonna have a huge gap right here, and that's the number one thing I want to do first, because obviously the next thing I want to jump to is definitely want to upgrade from the 5.7 intake manifold that's on here. Why? Because I want to go with a bigger size 6.4 intake manifold for the trucks, obviously. to be able to make a little bit power, but it's not something, from what I heard, a lot of people did it. It's about, I think probably somewhere around like 20-ish horsepower or something like that. And, or probably 30 with, you know, long tube headers, I think camshaft or something like that. But it definitely make a huge difference though. And it's a bigger size injector. You can get it ported. So that I'm definitely going to be doing, because like it's definitely a 10 out of 10 if you have a Ram. And if you plan on making some, you know, power, you know, not on the expensive side yet. Obviously later on down the road, I'm gonna get to the expensive mods that I'm planning on doing to this truck. But first thing, obviously this big ass fan got to get a like I gotta take that out, switch over to the V6 fan. Then I want to be able to do the mod or mod to switch over to the 6.4 intake manifold. This is the 5.7 right now, and I do believe when you switching over to the 6.4 intake manifold. So I ordered these this cool air intake. I ordered it, so I don't think, because I do believe the 5.7 Hemi, you know, the intake manifold and stuff like that setup is, I think that this goes underneath and comes up like that. So I wouldn't be able to use like my same core air intake. I'm gonna have to get a whole new setup core air intake. Ain't nothing wrong with this, but this is something I never knew, but just not figuring it out, which is not a big deal. But that's something I'm gonna have to do later on down the road once I'm getting switching over to the 6.4 intake. And I do believe you can find that 6.4 intake on MMX. I believe they will sell you pretty much the core air intake, the 6.4 intake. Also, I think you can get it. You have the option to get it ported and then get the bigger size injector, which is the 6.4 one, which is a better option. I'm planning on going with. And then one thing I might do on here is delete the catch can that's on here. That's definitely something I recommend when you switch over to the 6.4 intake manifold. If you haven't, I think if you haven't like I forgot what it's called though, but it's definitely something you want to do, because you don't want to have all that built up and stuff going back into your block. So, but that's like the biggest thing right now this year I have planned for this whole thing right here. And then now to go over something else, I feel like I'm missing something else. Obviously long tube headers and exhaust setup pretty much. And then the front end, obviously got to get rid of this. Can't stand this. This thing is, I mean, it's not bad. It's not like a bad setup, the honeycomb setup, but I think it will look better overall with if just like imagine just without this. I think they look real mean without this piece being back there. I'm gonna kind of see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about on the screen, but yeah, pretty much. And I do have different kind of headlights that came in a while back. That's in my storage, my parts storage and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be putting those on pretty soon. They are fog lights. There's nothing wrong with those headlights. These are pretty much expensive headlights. These are like $500, so definitely nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna keep it, probably sell it or something like that. And then I'm head on to the back side for you guys. So coming to the back side, I'm gonna show you guys right now in the back. Obviously, one thing I do not like is these lights is 100% cool with me, but the light on here on this truck is just, I want to do like a smoked out headlights. I mean, tail lights pretty much. And then obviously the chrome tip exhaust. This is when I'm doing a full exhaust setup on my truck. I believe AWE catback exhaust give you the option to go silver or black. So I plan on doing a black tip and probably doing a little bit of the bigger size, somewhere probably around like I think probably a 6-inch, I'll say. A little bit more of a bigger size tip. Probably gonna come out with it probably like an inch, so somewhere around like right here and stuff like that. But go around, explain some things on the inside, because I know you guys, I don't know, it's windy outside, so I don't know if you guys can hear me too well. Go on the inside real quick. All right, so I'm sitting on the inside of the car, truck, so you guys can be able to hear me a little bit better. So with all I just said, most people might be wondering, why, I'm not really going anything crazy, because a 6.4 intake is pretty much both on stuff. This is my first time doing this with a Ram 1500, and obviously also the biggest thing I want to do is a little bit more expensive, so I want to be able to enjoy the truck for a little bit before I actually turn this truck into full street, pretty much street build, something I can take to the track and be able to race with. And obviously that's going to cost some money, so the best way budget with to be able to make some decent power right now is going the way I'm planning on doing. And why? Because my motor right now has 140 on the dash. Obviously this could live to at least like 300,000 miles, but if I'm going to be adding more money into the truck, obviously the biggest thing that anybody would want to do is buy a whole new block, rebuild the trans. That would be like the better route to go, instead of me trying to, build on a 5.7 block. I just feel like the 5.7 block is not really going to give me that much of a better option of what I'm really planning on doing with this truck. But I just feel like the smarter way is to be able to really have fun with it now, as me being like having it now, like, is to put a 6.4 Porter intake manifold, bigger size injector, the 6.4 injector, long tube headers, full catback exhaust system, and then definitely do the V6 delete fan, pretty much core intake, which is on there right now. And then most definitely got to get a tune. I do believe when you doing the 6.4 Porter intake manifold, you have to do a tune on there. It's recommended. The car can still start up obviously, but you still got to do a tune to be able to make everything, give you the best power that it needs to give you. And but this is my goal this year, over starting going in the spring. Pretty much this is what I have planned for this truck. Now obviously the lowering springs is going to be the next thing I'm doing on this truck. I'm waiting on a couple more parts to be able to get the lowering springs, and then probably the next thing after that, I'm gonna have to do some wheels and tires setup, some slicks with something. But I don't want to really, I don't really want to do that yet until obviously I put the intake manifold, 6.4 intake manifold, get a tune, just to be able to make more power. I could do the wheels and tire setup just to give it a looks, but ain't nothing wrong with it. But within the next couple months, this is what really coming for this truck. I know a lot of people been trying to see me do stuff with the truck. Obviously, this is what the channel is about. But within due time, you're going to see a completely different truck. This truck going to be one of the baddest truck on YouTube. I've been saying this, but you definitely got to stay tuned. If you want to follow everything I'm saying, definitely go ahead and click that subscribe button. Subscribe to your boy channel. Support the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.